Hey, so listen, guys, I went and showed a house the other day. Um, it was technically a townhouse, and my clients were really looking for a property that had a first floor primary, which was really important to them because they're looking to sort of, stop doing stairs, and so a downstairs bedroom would be really fabulous for them. And as we were sort of walking up to the property, one of the biggest challenges we were coming up against is the stairs, like the railings were all rickety. There was sort of paint chipping on, the parge coat of the foundation. And we get up to, up the little stairs, and there's paint chipping on the door. And all across the little sort of entryway, there's old, I don't know, like knickknacks, I guess. Or there were like pots of wilted plants, and it was just really, a little troll doll, or, whatever those things are called. There was just a lot of stuff, and it was kind of a hot mess. And it was really sad because I felt terrible. My client was kind of like, oh, this doesn't look great. Should we even go in? And guys, it turned out that the property inside was really pretty good. Actually, it was just the right amount of space for them, and the layout was great. But, going by what the front of the property looked like, my clients would have walked away had I not been like, look, I think we should check it out just in case, right? And so this brings me to, what about some general tips on curb appeal when you are going to sell your home so that you don't turn people away at the door? My name is Nancy from Nancy Chu Homes. I'm a realtor here in northern New Jersey. And in my 18 years in business, I have sold over $500 million in real estate. And today we're going to talk a little bit about some curb appeal and sprucing up your property in order to sell. Okay, so listen, the first and most important thing is going to be that landscaping and yard. That is number one, okay? Definitely have a really good solid cleanup. Dead branches, old broken things, leaves and giant piles. Just get rid of that, right? And once you've sort of got the cleanup done, then, make sure that your landscaping is on point, right? Basic lawn maintenance. Do weeding, make sure to put down mulch, make sure your grass is okay. Put down seed if you've got holes, right? Just maybe some nice trimming of your larger trees and your shrubs, a little shaping, because they really sort of help make a house look really good when you step up to it, all right? Number two, this is such a simple one, power washer. I don't know how else to say it. Power washer. The exterior of your home, it's outside all the time. So you sometimes get a lot of like dust or even dirt that gets kicked up during rains, or moss that sort of sits against your surfaces. Power wash the outside of the house. Power wash your patios. Power wash the driveway if it needs it, right? Especially if you've got pavers and little things grow between the pavers. Listen, I'm telling you now, a little power wash makes a huge difference in terms of how the house presents when people walk up, because you only have one chance to make that first impression, right? All right, listen, number three, let's talk a little bit about things like your doors and windows. Oftentimes, I feel like people forget that door frames and window frames, you see a lot of paint chipping on the outside of those. They're high traffic areas. You open and close, up and down on the windows. So if you're going to chip away some of the paint around the trim, that's when you're going to do it. So I'm telling you now, some fresh paint on the trim can make a really big difference and make your house look really well maintained. Okay, number four. Let's talk about your garage. So here in New Jersey, we have some attached garages and we have some detached garages that sit at the back of the property. And honestly, the vast majority of them don't look great, right? They've been there forever, 100 years, and they're all a little bit like, wah. But one of the best things you can do is to shore up your garage. Make sure it's nice and plumb, make sure the paint is good, and honestly, try not to cram it so full of stuff that people can't see the condition of the interior. It's really helpful if people can see that the garage is nice and open, and even though they might not choose to park a car in there, they might choose to store a lot of their stuff in there. Number five, listen, not everyone's going to do this, and it's a little bit kind of like an extra add-on, But if you can add exterior lighting to your property, it's always worth it because the aesthetic quality is so good. And I would tell you that, a property that's well lit, you're not, I think people like that because they're always slightly concerned about, are there tripping hazards? Can I see the stairs? Am I going to fall? Am I going to walk off the edge of this little, this little wall over here? And also I think it feels really positive for security as well. So my take on this is if you have the ability to replace some of the worn out fixtures that you might have outside, especially the sconces that are right on either side of the door, go ahead and do that. Nice and clean and bright makes everybody feel good. And finally, number 6, let's just have a general conversation about sprucing up your outdoor space. Okay, I was going to say, if you've got furniture that's out there on the patio and it's old and not in good shape, get rid of it, right? Make sure that if you've got an outdoor kitchen, if you've got fire pits, porch furniture, make sure that they're in good condition. Make sure they're nice and clean. A little soap and water does wonders. And don't forget, a quick spray of like paint could also sort of freshen them up, and also your outside railings and porches, etc. Some outdoor pillows, nice little outdoor rug, really make it warm and inviting. Oh, you know what? Your mailbox. I will tell you that if you have an exterior mailbox that hangs on your house and it's old and rusty, you know what? Now it's a good time to go ahead and replace it. And if you have old and rusty numbers for your house number, 123 Main Street, now is a great time to touch those up or just replace them with new pieces so that your house is sort of nice and proud. And honestly, if you have the ability to sort of give yourself a uniformity of all these sort of outdoor fixtures and finishes, that would be great too. So, you've got doorknobs, you've got knockers, you've got all these sort of different pieces. And I will tell you that it is really nice when you walk up to a house and they're all nice and new and fresh and they match. That's really the thing. It's really wonderful when they match, because then it feels like, it's not all sort of mishmash pieces over the years that have been updated. It's really nice when they have sort of continuity. And, don't forget, a pop of color here or there, a nice potted plant, some hanging plants, new doormats that are sort of nice and clean, wind chimes, maybe some artwork. It's all good. But a nice pop of color would be great. So these are just some of the pieces of advice that I have for making sure that you get your house ready exteriorly for list this spring. And of course, I am always here to help you with that if you are trying to do and sell your home in Northern New Jersey. Oh, by the way, once again, if you guys like and enjoy what we do, please like, comment, subscribe, and this way it helps us get our message out to other folks. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.